Kevin, this game was back and forth, a lot of runs on both sides. It's a W from your assessment, though. How'd you see this one unfold?
Yeah, it was a up and down game. They started off quick and got off to a fast start on us, and we was able to sustain our level of play throughout the rest of the game. 26 points is pretty solid for the first half, but giving up 38 is horrible. So we know we had to do a good job, last three quarters on the defensive side of the ball. So 17, 19, 24 points last three quarters is pretty good. So, yeah, solid win.
What do you feel like? A lot of basketball left to be played, but given where you feel like you guys are right now, what do you think is the next hump that you guys want to clean up moving forward?
Just a little bit of the stuff on execution on the offensive side. Knowing where to be, what spots to be in, what plays we want to run. But that's going to come over time. I just like how we guard 39% from the field. They still got, 17 more shots than us. I want to know why. They got 11 offensive rebounds. We out rebounding them. Turnovers, but, for the most part, we play good defense. My bad, I was locked in on the stat sheet.
Kevin, how would you balance your ability to look for your own shot with making plays for teammates right now compared to 6, 7, 8 years ago in your career?
The game has slowed down. I kind of know what I want to do out there, and that's usually the biggest part. I mean, with every player, you gain more experience. You kind of understand the game a little bit more. You understand your offense and know where your teammates are going to be, so you can make those passes. 7 turnovers is horrible, but I felt like I was trying to make some stuff happen. But I can't have 7 turnovers. But for the most part, just knowing the game, studying the game for these last 15 years. You said 6, 8, 9 years. Of me studying the game on a different level, and I'm able to adjust to certain situations. So. Got to keep growing, keep learning, keep being a student.
Kevin, LaMarcus joined the 20,000 point club today. I think there was a stretch in that third quarter where you went to him multiple times on that mid-range look and he made them every time. Just how important is it to have a guy like that who can just consistently knock down a shot for you?
Yeah, he has scorer instincts, man. It's something you condition your mind for as a kid. You just know how to score the basketball no matter what in any situation. He's one of those guys that can get his in the midst of a lot of chaos. And, so 20,000 points for a career. Only 48 players did that. It's thousands of players that played this game. That's a huge accomplishment. To be looked at as a 20-point scorer your whole career. I mean, congrats to L. I know he won much more, but this is a huge milestone for him.
You said at Media Day that when he retired in April, you were bummed because you knew he was approaching that milestone. I'm curious going into tonight if you knew how close he was to the 20,000 point mark.
Yeah, see, when he retired, I didn't know he was that close until right before we about to sign him. And a couple months before we about to sign him, I was like, oh shit, L retired with 49 points left. I know he's thinking about it. So I guess that helped him come back and force him back a little bit more. And, I'm glad he's back into the game, and he's going to score more points for us this season, so I'm looking forward to it.
And just in the third quarter, you throwing the ball into the stands. Was that just heat of the moment? Didn't realize until afterwards, or what kind of went into that?
Yeah, I tried to hit it off the backboard, but I still shouldn't even have did that. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I was at the gym by myself in a pickup game, not an NBA game. I can't do that. I could have cost my team a game. But it won't happen again. I hope so.
And were you surprised you didn't get ejected? The rules, I think, are pretty clear with that.
Yeah, I didn't know you could get ejected off of that. But I'm glad I stayed into the game. I'm sure a hefty fine is coming. Well, I don't mind giving this. I'm sure somebody in the NBA office is going to use that towards the college fund, so I don't mind.
Kevin, when it comes to a third scoring option like tonight, you had LaMarcus. Do you feel like as guys get to know their roles, is that something you think that third scoring option will be filled by committee? Or do you think as guys get to know their roles, somebody might develop into that, maybe LaMarcus or something?
I mean, yeah, just see how the season develops and Patty played that role a couple of times. L has played it a couple of times now. I love what Paul brought us tonight. So yeah, I feel like we're going to do that by committee, and you never know who can consistently step up and fill that role for us. But I like that we got a couple of guys that are doing it here and there, and we keep growing because we're going to need that.
Kevin, what do you guys need to do to prevent other teams from getting off to such hot starts? I think you guys fell behind, trailed by 16 tonight at some point. What do you think you guys need to do to stop other teams from getting hot early?
Well, we just got to do the little stuff on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, I feel like we turned it over like 3 times in a row there in the first. We gave up like 3 or 4 offensive rebounds in the first, and then that got them going at the 3-point line. And so they felt good about themselves to start. So it's the little stuff. Teams going to come in here and feel like they got to do the little things to beat us, offensive rebounds, muck the game up, getting steals, clogging the paint, stuff like that. So we got to be aware of that. A team's going to try to start off and hit us early first to, get a lead. And I think we did a good job of fighting back. Our second unit was incredible. Like I said, Paul came in and turned the game, got an and one, was putting pressure on the run, making plays. And, that's what having a deep team, that's what you need, guys to come off the bench and give us extra spark.
Hey, Kevin, Steve was talking about how there's a lot of good shooters on this team that are not making shots right now. But how do you feel about the offense if you take out the makes and misses, just in terms of the flow and the spacing and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, at times it could look bad, but I mean, but for the most part, I think we're generating solid shots, and we're still trying to figure out what players, what best position to put different players in, which lineups work the best, where guys should be spaced out on the floor, because we're such an unpredictable team. Like, we may ISO one possession and get to the paint, or we may call a pick and roll or a pin down. So we could do a lot of things, and it's about communicating what we want on each play, and also guys spacing and being confident knocking down shots. And I think that'll come.